This is crazy. I never expected Brad Garlinghouse and Vitalik to actually be friends, and on top of that, to be negotiating a partnership between Ripple XRP and the Ethereum coin. So this is huge news, guys. Absolutely huge news that has just been released, and I'm going to be the first one to be on top of it. So yeah, make sure you guys watch this video because it is just mind-blowing and very positive for both Ripple and Ethereum. On top of that, guys, I do want to let you guys know to please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel with post notifications, and let me know your thoughts on their partnership below. A tweet was posted by Watchlist Guru which says, just in, Ripple begins testing Ethereum's smart contract compatibility with its XRP ledger sidechain. This is a game-breaking deal because, as XRP Crypto Wolf stated right here, Ripple bridging Ethereum and the XRP ledger is what crypto should be all about. A major partnership that is going to basically possibly rule the world. Now, there's actually a lot more information to this, and we're going to jump into this article right here which says smart contract compatibility between XRP ledger and Ethereum will soon be a reality. But before we do that, let's go ahead and actually look at one of Brad Garlinghouse tweets where he kind of hints that him and Vitalik are very cool now and that they're basically friends. Early last week, Brad Garlinghouse tweeted, "I can't believe I'm still doing this. Twitter support. It's embarrassing when you can't distinguish a real profile from a fake one. Verified scam accounts are now replying to tons of crypto tweets with my image, Vitalik Buterin's image, or CZ Binance's image." To be honest, to me, that looks like him and Vitalik are starting to get cool together. Now, this comes at a really stressful time since Vitalik himself had actually tweeted, XRP already lost their right to protection when they tried to throw us under the bus as China controlled, and this was of course in August 17. So to see everything once again cool down is very good for the market and for Ripple and XRP. Now, there's a video that I really want to show because I think it's crucial to where we are at in the state we're at right now. This is Vitalik, the founder of the Ethereum Foundation, and here in this video, you guys are going to hear him talk very positively of Ripple and say that the Ethereum Foundation is going to be using similar to the Ripple model because they are very impressed by it. So to me, I think this is a crucial video. I think that, Ripple right now is going to be a good partner with Ethereum. Both are extremely. The only catch here is that I believe when Vitalik found out that XRP was going to outbeat his cryptocurrency Ethereum, he tried to flip on XRP, and thus he kind of built some sort of connection with the SEC, paid them to actually go ahead and sue XRP. But now, if a partnership is to go ahead and evolve, just think about it, guys. If a partnership is to happen, then at that point, really, Vitalik is not going to see XRP as a competitor anymore. In fact, he's going to see them as a partner. And on top of that, we can already tell, guys, look at the lawsuit. The lawsuit is getting close to settling. Vitalik now wants to partner. Institutions are going ahead and are about to take XRP. Does that not signal there's going to be a settlement? Does that, to me, this is the biggest settlement picture that anybody can ever see. When you have the Ethereum founder come out and basically say, they're fine with a partnership, it blows my mind. But yeah, let's go ahead and roll the clips, guys. This is crazy.
One question is, where will the Bitcoin be allocated to, and how will that be managed?
Okay, so
And the second question is,
I'll repeat it. Yes.
the second question is, if a founder, let's say, leaves the project, what will happen to their vesting of Ethereum?
Okay, so I'll talk a bit about the funding model. So we will have a fundraiser for 2 months starting February 1st. It will be available at funds.ethereum.org. So the idea is that part of the initial issuance will be 1,000 Ether for 1 Bitcoin, or up to 2,000 Ether for 1 Bitcoin if you get in early to compensate for the increased risk. So the issuance model is that we will fundraise. Suppose that we hand out X Ether through the fundraiser, then there will be about 0.5x will be pre-mined, and then 0.4x after that will be mined per year forever. So it's this hybrid of the Mastercoin and Ripple model and the pure Bitcoin mining model, and even to a slight extent the inflationary model. So the answer is in terms of the portion of the pre-mine that has already been allocated, that is vested for 1 year. So if any of the founders leave the project, then within 1 year, then the other founders have the right during the first year to cancel their allocation. in which case that will simply be distributed, handed back to the Ethereum organization as a long-term reserve.
Another big thing is the fact that the Ripple CEO actually owns Ethereum, and he has actually been quite public about it. In this article here, it says that Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says his crypto portfolio includes Ethereum, and that he disagrees with the US Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC's latest statements regarding the leading smart contract platform. In a statement in which he said, "I'm going to set the record straight. I personally own Bitcoin. I personally own Ethereum. I personally own XRP. I am long all of these digital assets and some others." He continues on by saying that by comparison, my attitude is Bill Hinman, as the director of corporate finance, got in front of the world and gave a speech saying, "We think Ethereum was security and transitioned to a non-security because of the decentralization framework." I looked at that and I remember sending an email internally at Ripple like, "Hey there, this is good news. XRP is decentralized, open source digital asset. Ripple, the company, only controls a very small percentage of the validators of the network. The law doesn't actually say what Bill Hinman said, but if that's how the SEC is going to measure this, that's good." Garlinghouse says the SEC may be unfairly picking winners and losers in the crypto market, both by filing its lawsuit against Ripple and also with its recent rhetoric against Ethereum. He says, why would the SEC, why would a government entity, when XRP at the time that the SEC started their investigation was the second most valuable asset, why would they be picking winners and losers? It's not just that the role of the government, not a capitalist democratic government. There's other governments around the world that might be in that business. The cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, how in the world can they say? Because it went from proof of work to proof of stake, and all of a sudden it went back to being a security. In short, Mr. Brad Garlinghouse was pissed. And I want to summarize this video by this clip, kind of ended off on this note, because this is very, very important. Gary Gensler once again exposed for his corruption and the SEC for their corruption, all trying to use the SEC for their personal gain. This video is going to expose it, and here I'm going to roll the clips.
Tell you, the subpoenas are going to fly over to Gary Gensler, so he needs to be ready for that. And hopefully that will keep some of the excesses that we've seen at the SEC in check.
Yeah, interesting point you bring up, because I interviewed Congressman Tom Emmer multiple times, and he gave a kind of a famous line, I believe a month or two ago, where he said a new day is coming, and he was talking to the SEC enforcement director, and kind of alluding to potentially Republicans, winning the midterms, and then he said having the gavel, they will have the gavel in their hands to then keep regulators like Gary Gensler in check.
Yeah, and there's a few things they can do. One is oversight, subpoenas of emails and such. Unfortunately, what we've heard is that there are staff at the SEC that are using apps like Signal and WhatsApp, like we do, to try to keep our communications private. They're doing the same thing to keep them private from congressional oversight. Now, if they're doing that from a just government ethics and oversight perspective, it's illegal. So hopefully, in that context, and I feel a lot more comfortable with you and me using Signal and WhatsApp to maintain our privacy than I do someone in a government position who should be accountable to the public. But we might see that issue come up in oversight. Another thing that they can do on the Hill is to insert appropriations riders, and we've already seen Mr. McHenry float an appropriations rider to limit the SEC from adopting the new rule that attacks DeFi. It would require all DeFi, all DEXs to register essentially with the SEC in a way that violates freedom of speech, as Coin Center's letter has made the case. So we might see we'll probably see a lot of that next year.
Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you Vidal Crypto for sponsoring today's video. You can actually go ahead and buy your own Ripple XRP coin. You can get it in gold or in silver. They're very decently priced and come in a decent time. They do worldwide shipping. So just check them out. The link is down in the description. That's medalcrypto.com.